remember to stay hydrated, and in today's video we're checking out a very special EDC pouch organizer. This is the Matsuda 130 SE, and it's one of the biggest pouches in my entire collection. A lot of you guys have been asking me to make a video on this thing, so we're gonna do that today, but for now, sit back, relax, and let's get it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Minimalist. My name is Brandon, and today we are checking out a big ass pouch. Just to reiterate, this is the Article 130 Special Edition from Matsuda. A spoiler alert, this is one of my most favorite pouches of all time, and we'll cover all that stuff in this video. I've been carrying this pouch for a few months now, and I'm ready to give you guys all my impressions, but before we do that, let's talk about Matsuda as a brand. Now, this brand is founded by a guy named Dan Matsuda. You can find him on Instagram at sidetrack150, and that's a matter of fact how I found the brand in the first place, is just scrolling through Instagram and then seeing these really cool designs. What makes Matsuda truly unique is the overall design of his pouches and backpacks. It kind of has design traits referenced from streetwear and urban survival, and you'll see that design language in his pouches and backpacks. These things are just very unique, and he has a ton of different colorways. This one specifically, I don't even know how many of these are actually made, but it's a special edition pouch. And of course, that means that these things aren't cheap. They go for anywhere between $200 to $400, and they are made in extremely limited quantities. So not only are they expensive, but they are very hard to get. You might want to get in on a drop if you're trying to grab one of these, but you really do get what you pay for. The build quality of this pouch is just next level. There's nothing that compares to it. And I guess the only thing that may even come close to it would be a Garage Built Gear Mighty Pouch. However, I do still think that Matsuda products are on a different level than the Mighty Pouch or Mighty Pouch Plus. Enough rambling about the 130 SE, let's actually talk about it. First off, I want to give you guys some dimensions and kind of give you guys an example of how big this thing is. You're looking at 9.5 inches in total length, 5.5 inches in total width, and then in terms of height, you're looking at about 3 inches. In terms of materials, this thing is orange with this X-Pack VX25 and 1000D Cadora. This thing went for $220. I bought it full price directly from Matsuda. I'm not sure if he's going to be releasing this specific variant again, but you can check out all of his other designs and archive on his website. Now that we've got all the dimensions put away, let's talk about the exterior of the pouch and the overall aesthetic. In terms of the maximum amount of patches you can throw on here, you can do up to 4 Ranger eyes in this circular panel. Right under that is going to be a front pocket, which you can fit some really slim things, whether it be a passport, maybe a few cards, or your wallet. And next to that, you've got some of these elastic straps. I personally don't use the front side pocket just because I think it looks really nice without it, but you do have that option. Next, we have the back side, and there's some elastic built in, which you can connect to any MOLLE surface, or if you want to throw some stuff under it, this will kind of keep it in place. Now, a really cool thing about the backside is it does come with these loops that kind of keep the elastic in place, but you can actually slot in the straps that come with the pouch. Basically, you can custom configure it any way, and it turns it into a EDC sling bag. Personally, I don't plan on using it as a sling bag, but it might become really handy, especially if we're going to be walking around conventions and blade shows. It's nice that the straps are detachable and reattachable, and it's very custom. The next thing I wanted to touch up on is going to be the zipper that this thing comes with, and it's probably the very best zipper that I've ever felt. That includes any jackets, pouches, backpacks, whatever it might be. This is by far the best zipper that I've ever handled. Now, this thing does come with 2 zipper pulls, and it sounds so good. Let me just give you guys a reference. Just look at how easy this thing pulls. It's just so amazing. I absolutely adore it. I wish every single pouch came with a thick, nice zipper like this, just because it's so satisfying. Now, before we jump inside the pouch, let's give a quick word for today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by House of Blades, a premier knife dealer located in Fort Worth, Texas. House of Blades is the one-stop shop if you're looking for really high-end knives, budget knives, multi-tools, water bottles, you name it, and they will probably have it. The reason why I love the House of Blades is because of all their different brand offerings. They stock Benchmade, Microtech, Spyderco, ZT, Kershaw, Civivi knives, Yeti, just to name a few. They also offer a really cool laser engraving service. So if you're someone that wants to have a unique knife that's really personal to you, all you gotta do is send over your files and they will engrave it straight onto the blade. If you're interested in purchasing a new knife from House of Blades, make sure you go to the link in the description below and use code EDM for 10% off your entire order. Thank you so much to House of Blades for sponsoring this content. Let's get back to the video. So let's talk about the interior of the Matsuda 130. This thing has a ton of interior space, almost to the point where you can fit up to 20 different EDC items in the single loadout. That actually might be one of the negatives. It's kind of hard to find things to fill this thing up with. But I would say that this is kind of a combination of a tech pouch and EDC pouch. Now, in terms of the actual storage, you have a bunch of elastics built into it. I decided to throw in this 7-loop elastic organizer on the front side of the pouch, and then another retention sleeve that has 2 elastics built in that are a little bit thicker. Looking at the top side of the pouch, there are going to be 2 pen sleeves on each side, which will fit full-size pens. Right under the pen sleeves are going to be additional pockets so you can fit like your passports, any documents, credit cards, even a wallet. And again, this will be on the front and back side. Moving to the middle of the pouch is going to be an absolutely huge pocket that can fit your cables, battery banks, and whatever it might be, and it's held together by some Velcro. Overall, this pouch can fit a ton of gear. Let me show you guys how I intend on carrying this pouch specifically, and essentially this is my 25-liter Peter McKinnon Nomadic camera bag. Basically, this backside opens up and then it reveals kind of like this area where you can put in some camera packing cubes, or the Matsuda 130 fits perfectly inside the backpack. I'll probably put an additional pouch here on the side. I mean, that's kind of overkill just because of how much gear this pouch can carry, but this will probably live here indefinitely, especially if we're going to conventions and stuff like that. So who's this pouch made for? I believe this is going to be for those die-hard EDC enthusiasts and collectors. This is a very expensive pouch, very hard to get, so you have to be very patient to pick one of these up. And if you're just getting into pouches, I would probably recommend the Data Crew Water Slider over the Matsuda any pouch that they offer. If you're someone that likes designer stuff or streetwear, this might be a good option. Or if you're trying to carry a ton of stuff on you but not have a full-blown backpack, this is a really good way to stay organized. Aside from that, there is the Matsuda 130 SE, one of my most favorite pouches of all time. If you like this video, throw me a thumbs up. If you disliked it, throw me a thumbs down, and I promise I'll do better next time. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.